Shalom, shalom. Yahuwah bless you and shines his face upon you. Thank you, Yahuwah, for every day of our life. Thank you, Yahuwah. Thank you, Father, for your deliverance, Yahusha, Messiah, your beloved Son, your essence, your arm of redemption. Thank you, Yahuwah. Please guide us through your word. In Yahusha, Messiah, in the Ruach of truth and life. Thank you, Yahuwah. I'm reading for you, beloved, chapter 47, Yahzakiel. And he turned me back to the door of the house, and look, water was flowing from under the threshold of the house toward the east, for the house faced east, and the water was flowing from under the right side of the house, from the south of the slaughter place. And he led me out by way of the north gate, and took me around on the outside to the outer gate facing east. And look, water trickling out on the right side. As the man went out to the east with the line in his hand, he measured 1,000 cubits, and he made me pass over into water to ankles. And he measured 1,000 and made me pass over into water to the knees. And he measured 1,000 and made me pass over water to the loins. And he measured 1,000, a stream that I was unable to pass over, for the water had risen, water to swim, a stream that is not passed over. And he said to me, Son of man, have you seen this? And he led me and brought me back to the bank of the stream. When I returned, then look, along the bank of the stream were very many trees on one side and the other. And he said to me, those waters are flowing toward the eastern country and go down into Arabah and enter the sea, being made to flow into the sea, and the waters shall be healed. And it shall be that every swarming creature, wherever the stream goes, shall live, and there shall be very many fish, for those waters shall go there, and they are healed. And wherever the stream flows, all shall live. And it shall be that fishermen stand along it from En-gedi to En-Aglaim, being places for spreading their nets. Their fish is to be of the same kind as the fish of the great sea, very many. Its swamps and marshes shall not be healed, they shall be given over the salt. And by the bank of the stream, on both sides, grow all kinds of trees, used for food, whose leaves do not wither, and fruit do not fail. They bear fruit every new month, because their water flows from the set-apart place. And their fruit shall be for food, and their leaves for healing. Thus said Adonai Yahuwah, this is the border by which you inherit the land, according to 12 tribes of Israel, 2 portions for Joseph, and you shall inherit, each one the same as his brother, for I lift my hand in an oath to give it to your fathers, and this land shall fall to you as your inheritance. And this is the border of the land of the north, from the great sea, the way of Hetland, Hetland, as one goes to Sedad, Hanat, Beretat, Sibraim, which is between the border of Damascus, and the border of Hamat, Hatzah, Hatikon, which is the border of Hauran. And the border shall be from the sea to Hatzah Anan, the border of Damascus, and on the north, toward the north, is the border of Hamath. This is the north side. And the east side is from between Haran and Damascus, and Gilad, and the land of Israel, the Jordan. From the border of the eastern side of the sea, you are to measure. This is the east side. And the south side toward the south is from Tamar to the waters of Meribah by Kadesh, along the Wadi to the great sea. This is the south side toward the south, and the west side is the great sea, from the border to the point opposite Hamath. This is the west side. And you shall divide the land among yourselves according to the tribes of Israel. And it shall be that you divide it by lot, as an inheritance for yourselves, and for the strangers who sojourn in your midst, and who bear children among you. And they shall be to you as a native born among the children of Israel. With you they have an inheritance in the midst of the tribes of Israel. And it shall be that in whatever tribe the stranger sojourns, there you give him his inheritance, declares Adonai Yahuwah. Yahushua said about the living waters, and he said, I'm the bread of life. And he said that he will give you and me the water to drink, his children, the people. When you drink, you will never thirst again, the water of life. And he said also that you'll be filled with the waters of living waters, and the springs of living waters will flow from us. That's the Ruach. The water carries the Ruach of truth and life, which heals. It brings fruit. It's the water of life. It's not going to be long. The waters which will heal, but the marsh, but the sides, if you think about it, those who are not of Yahuwah won't be healed. It says, its swamps and marshes shall not be healed, they shall be given over the salt. This is something they will be given over the salt. They won't be healed. Beautiful. Beloved, we need to really concentrate on our deliverance. There are only two ways: death or life. Choose life. It's not a time for jokes, for being a joke. It's not a time for being worldly and being the person of the world and doing worldly things. But we need to focus on Yahuwah. I know I will repeat. I will keep repeating, and I know that if someone didn't experience supernatural encounter, and the Ruach didn't enter, this, I can tell you, the Ruach of truth and life, the immersion, if the person gets immersed, it's not something like you will miss out. It will turn your life upside down. And if you really have the Ruach, you won't go back to your other self. Many are saying they have that, Maybe everyone is different, but maybe I'm too strict. Maybe I expect too much from you. I'm not myself. I tell you, I would not like to be like I used to was. The other person which live here, I wasn't even calling the time when I was before the Ruach as a life. I would call vegetation like just existence, but there was nothing in me. I was like a walking zombie. Now I see. I was blind, and now I see. So please, I will pray for you without ceasing. We none of us understands the methods of Yahuwah and his ways. We need to love him and love our neighbor as ourselves. Yahuwah bless you and shine his face upon you, and let the Ruach live in you, and nourish you and teach you to walk on that narrow path with Yahuwah, with his arm of deliverance, Yahushua Messiah. Amen.